Here's a close-up of the chords and the chord changes in the Forever Young Glee version. So here is the A chord. Normal A chord is like this, and the A sus2 is just with your ring finger removed from the normal A chord. You play 5 strings. Then the next chord is the D chord, sus2, which sounds like that. You hold a normal D like this, and to make the sus2 chord you remove your middle finger. But in this song it's actually easier to hold it with your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, like that. Then the B minor, unlike the transcription on Ultimate Guitar, is on the 2nd fret, like this, with your index finger on the 5th string, which is your B note, and your middle finger on the 3rd string. And then the final chord is the F sharp minor 7th suspended 4th, and to do that you leave your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and use your pinky on the 4th fret of the 4th string, the D string, and you play the four strings, 4 highest strings, D, and the trick to the changes, again, is leaving your middle finger always on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So the switches in the song are from A, if you hold like that, then to D, and you leave your middle finger there and put down your index finger. And I find that I'm having a problem with wanting to go there with my ring finger, which sounds horrible. So you just have to practice that and get your muscle memory down. Then back to A, which is very simple. You just remove your ring finger and put your index finger down again. Then you do that a few times, and then you go from A to the B minor. And again, the middle finger stays where it is, and you merely move your index finger up from the 4th or D string up to the 5th or A string. Play those 5 strings. Then after that you go to the D. Leave the middle finger in place, lift off the index finger, and put the ring finger down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd finger. You're back to D. Then from there you go to the F sharp minor 7th suspended 4th. So you lift off the ring finger and you put the pinky finger on the 4th fret. This is all relative to the capo I've got here. This finger is not actually touching the strings, it just looks like it, my ring finger, and you get that. And then from there you go back to the D chord, which is really simple. Since you have your ring finger in place, you just pull off your pinky, which you'll be glad to do because it's a little bit of a stretch, and you put the ring finger back down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So those are all the switches. A to D, D to A to B minor, B minor to D, D to F sharp minor 7th suspended 4th, and then F sharp minor back to D. I'm going to do a much simpler strum, which is more or less a country-based strum. It's incredibly, it's in a huge number of songs, and so it's a great strum to learn, and it goes like this. is, I'm not good at the naming of what you're doing, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So a full measure is down, down, up, down, up. And this is a technique that involves what's called ghost strumming. So notice that when I'm switching between down and ups, I'm not playing the up stroke or not playing the down stroke. I'm not stopping my strumming. My strumming goes at the same pace all the time, only for some strums I'm hitting the strings, and for the ghost strums I'm not hitting the strings. So when I go down, 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 up, down, that first part of the strum, the down, then ghost strum up, down, then up, ghost strum down, up, down, up, down. So that's how that goes. Learning ghost strumming is an incredibly important part of learning how to play guitar. When you start out, most people start out just doing downstrokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you learn, those are quarter notes. 4 beats per measure, quarter notes. Then you move on to eighth notes where you go down and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. But you'll notice that almost no songs are actually played this way. They almost all involve some sort of rhythmic activity like ghost strums or palm muting, where you play the strings but you're muting them, and you get that kind of sound. And it gets more or less complicated, but a great way to start learning how to do these rhythms is to learn this rhythm that I'm teaching you right now, because it's incredibly, it's in a million songs, it's incredibly popular.